this is Surya Saha, and welcome to the Insurtech Story Podcast, the platform to spread knowledge on insurance innovation, digital disruptions, and entrepreneurship. Our website, insurtechstory.com, and we are available on Spotify, Apple, and Google. Today, we will discuss on the topic the future of distribution in Indian life insurance. And for now, I'm delighted to welcome our guest, Vikas Rotagi, who is the Assistant Vice President at SBI Life Insurance. Vikas, a warm welcome to the show.
Thank you, Surya. Thank you for inviting me, and it's a great pleasure being here and discussing what is very important and very apt at this platform. So I'm sure both of us will learn during the course of this discussion from each
Absolutely.
other, and probably
Absolutely.
try throw some light with whatever knowledge I have about the industry as a passionate Insurtech enthusiast.
Sure.
And
Sure.
before we go ahead, I would want to just give a caveat that all the discussion we will have, these are my personal views, and
Yes.
my company
Yes.
does not have anything to do with this.
No. Absolutely. So it's
Sure,
it's 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 your
sure,
all your own experience, your opinions, and your views. It does not represent
correct,
any organizations whatsoever. So Vikas, would you like
correct.
to tell a bit about yourself? Your background. What's your role in this sector?
Yeah, so probably I have been into the sales lead since 2005 when I
Right.
joined this industry, and people told me that this is a sunrise industry.
Right.
Uh, it took a while before it came to that stature, and a couple of years it was kind of okay. But now,
Mhm.
at this juncture, I see everything at the cusp of going at a very robust pace, and I'm into the sales distribution of the products with the company I work, and I take care of distribution and the sales in Delhi, and
Right.
that's my role. And I'm very happy to be in this industry at this juncture, because from here onwards, I see a lot of
Yeah.
tempting things happening in otherwise a very slow and
Absolutely. I
snail
mean,
paced.
I think we are also expecting a lot of exciting things happening from the regulator side. So
Yes,
I think this year would bring in a lot of changes, and we're looking forward to it.
yes, you're right.
So because moving on to our day's agenda, you know, customers in India typically have their reservations and a natural mistrust towards life insurance due to the complexity and experiences, having a misunderstood policy. And that's kind of, more of a challenge for the industry and to an extent also for the policyholder, right? So, how do you think this can be changed through the integration of complete digital distribution model?
Yeah, it's a very genuine question to be asked, and mistrust at various levels have been there, because there have been a lot of layers, people explaining what at times you understand and what you communicate to people, and then there can be a lot of uh, issues into that, and then the knowledge of the customers, are the customers ready for that complex product, etc., was again a very important thing to understand. And I will tell you, uh, customers here had not been very tech savvy, thanks to 2016 Notebandi, when people started using digital mode of transaction very pertinently. And
Hmm.
I can say that uh, this COVID-19 even ushered the digitization even faster with the insurance companies as well.
Right.
And uh, so I'm sure when you say that there was mistrust and there were a lot of apprehension among people. So two things have happened in a few years, last couple of years, from 2016. Now, like people have become now tech savvy, so most of them are using uh, smartphones, so they now have digital tool to use and understand the product. And at the same time, now I see most of the companies have come up with very simple guaranteed kind of a plans where which can further usher the sales of uh, insurance policy, because once you have a simple policy and it has got uh, understanding and simple or easy to understand the whatever amount or whatever money they will get at the end of the policy or during the policy, it makes selling policy easy and buying policy easy. So a digital mode is exceptionally easy and right thing for the industry to do at this juncture. And at the same time, people are also kind of becoming used to uh, using these channels to buy products, and companies at their end are also kind of pushing easy products which can be understood even by a 12-year-old boy. This is the analogy which was used by Mr. Kamesh Goel when he launched his company, Digit Insurance. He always wanted that the product should be so simple that it can be understood even by a 12-year boy, a
Mhm.
12-year-old boy or girl. So I presume making products simpler will eventually evade or will thin the line of mistrust between the company or the carrier and the customers.
True, true.
So, and digital adoption will and is giving a lot of benefits to the carrier, the companies, and the distributors and the customers also, because everything is now available over mobile, a click of a button, and they can see through the nitty-gritties of the product. And when you may not be very tech savvy at or the policy savvy when things start, but when you use technology very often and you start reading those things, probably after some time it becomes easy and relatable for the customers also. Okay, these are the terms and conditions. Okay, this is this. So it would eventually become easy for the customers also, I'm sure.
Yeah, true. I think communication plays a very important role here, and how digital technology can ease that for customers' benefits. You know,
Correct.
do you see a premium advantage for life insurance buyers if the current distribution gets transformed to a digital experience? I mean, is there any sort of premium benefits that the consumer can expect?
Uh, Again, as when we started this discussion, you said a lot of things have changed, or a lot of disruption is happening from
Yeah.
the hand of or from the end of IRDA, so, or the regulator, and they are coming up with a lot of tools like reducing the capital
Hmm.
requirement, etc. So, the entire aim of digitization to me should be to see that product is uh, available at a price advantage to the customer, wherein
Right. Yeah.
probably some amount of product you are selling through your digital mode, probably 15-20%, eventually 40-50% through that mode, and that premium advantage can be passed on to the customers. Otherwise, what has happened in the pretext of digitization, lot of insurtech companies, all the distribution models have come, but then uh, they are not very cost efficient for the customer per se, because you are now the organizations are not selling all the products digitally, the distributor is selling. So that price advantage is not passing on to the customer. So when these and most of these companies, you do not find that any of these company are full stack insurtech companies. Uh, Even to an extent, you can say that Go Digit is one company which is in general insurance space, which is
Hmm.
kind of trying to sell things digital mode, but then they are also doing digital and physical both. But the price advantage will come once you have this model which is used very effectively for the sales of or the distribution of the product. And when the capital requirements are reduced, you would work on very small capital, and probably you would want to hire the services of claim settlement companies like Bank, even all other stuff, so that you outsource them. So all these probably may give slight advantage in terms of your product costing, and at the end, you may be able to pass on the benefits of the cost to the customer,
Hmm.
because the otherwise the entire aim of digitization is not fully achieved if the product price remains same, and uh, the trust issues still remain. So there is no advantage of being saying that we are digitized. So I'm
Right.
sure everyone, right from the regulator to the level of the organizations and digital distributors, are kind of trying to ensure that uh, the price get kind of benefited to an extent wherein the clients are benefited from the low cost distribution models, and these price advantages are passed on to the customers at the end.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, when your cost of operation for the distribution reduces, there's a certain
Correct,
amount of advantage that can be passed on to the insurance buyers, and that only
correct,
can be, achieved through some sort of a digital model in place. So,
correct.
because recently the IRDAI has introduced something called the Bima Sugam, scheduled to launch in Jan this year. So, which is an online distribution portal for insurance in India that aims to transform how insurance is bought, right? So,
Correct,
what's your
correct.
view on this? Do you think it can change the way people buys insurance in India?
As the as the name suggests, Bima Sugam.
Right.
So uh, by 2047, IRDA wants that everyone should be insured.
Hmm.
That's the mission with which the regulator wants to work. And I applaud for uh, all the initiatives IRDA has taken in last year. Though they were taking a lot of decisions, but last year essentially was exceptionally great year for uh, the insurance industry. I don't, or I can't say that all these initiatives may or may not result in the increase of the penetration, but at least we have taken, or the insurer has taken uh, some steps towards bringing more liberty to the sector and reducing the uh, otherwise big capital requirements, etc. So Bima Sugam, as the name suggests, they are kind of trying to make buying Bima
Yeah.
or not only buying, but Bima or insurance. Sugam means making it easy for the customers. Like
Right.
you have Flipkart, you have Amazon, you have ONDC platform from government. So similar ways they are
Hmm.
kind of trying to push. Bima Sugam, so that everyone who wants to sell insurance, even the intermediary, even the insurance company, all of them would be there on that platform. So
Mm-hmm.
if a customer wants to buy a policy directly from the company, they can do that. If they want to get the assisted model, so they
Mm-hmm.
can pitch in through the intermediary. So, uh, Surya, at this juncture, I cannot say that it would change everything, but
Mm-hmm.
it's a great step towards
Right. Yeah.
making insurance available to the larger population of this country. Because if we have to achieve the tag of a developed nation,
Mm-hmm.
this is one of the important indicator.
Yeah.
And all of us together, people from insurance industry, people from banking, fintech, and all other industries will come together to see that overall development for the country happens. And
Yeah.
Bima Sugam, I am sure, should do good for the larger good of the society, and a lot of people should be exposed to Bima Sugam, as the name suggests. And I'm sure this would enable at least some more buying through this channel, and a lot of activities would happen. And probably in times not immediately, but in times to come, it would be again an important place like Policy Bazaar and all other Renew Buy and all other companies
Mm-hmm.
which are working on this platform. So I'm sure this should it would be a great enablement platform for purchasing
Yeah.
insurance plan, to claim settlement, to policy portability, agent portability. I'm sure it should serve a lot of purpose for the larger good of the country. And I am very I'm getting little off the track, but I'm very gungo about the Indian economy per se, because
Mm-hmm.
all the indicators, even before Corona, everybody was suggesting that India should be a blah 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 dollar economy. And I am very confident that India is the only large economy which has growth potential. And next 10 years, we should be, as I just read the article or the interview of Mr. Adani. So he was suggesting every 1 year to 1.5 years, we would be adding $1 trillion to our GDP. So I'm very confident that in next 10 years, Indian economy should be 12 to 15 trillion. And when you talk of GDP, financial products, financial industry is one of the main stay of any
Yeah.
economy. And in financial industry, you have banking, you have mutual fund, and you have insurance. So everybody now suggests that in even we were discussing earlier that India is poised to grow 4 times of what volume we do today
Mm-hmm.
in next 10 years. So we would need all the channels, everything in place, so that when things happen, we have everything in place. It is like making when you are developing a city, you have taken care of the all the needs of how this city will grow in next 50 years. So
Right.
IRDA is also kind of trying to ensure that whatever changes, challenges may come because of the rampant increase in volume in insurance industry, that they are also kind of making it from all the cylinders they are also firing, so that
Mm-hmm.
when we have things in place, and eventually all other the parties like Bima Sugam, like digitization, like any many other things like capital requirements to IMF selling six life, six general, six health. So everything would be in place. So I'm very confident Bima Sugam would again be one of the most important place to distribution model in entire gamut of distribution setup.
Absolutely. All these years, if you look at the past 10 years, there wasn't much innovation from the, or rather encouragement from the regulator side that's brought into the
Mhm.
insurance sector in India, right? And
Correct.
from past 1 to 2 years, there has been a lot of changes that's happening, and which is a positive change for the industry.
Yes.
And if you look at the upcoming budget for 2023, I think there's a lot of excitement going on for insurance, and there's a lot of
Yes.
expectations that been, put forward, starting from tax reduction, improving of profitability for the sector, and also,
Correct.
steps like Bima Sugam and others. These are definitely a positive step ahead for both the consumer as well as the industry. So it's exciting times ahead
Correct.
for all of us. So
Yes.
thank you, Vikas. It was a fantastic discussion, and thank you for your thoughts today. And it was a true delight to have you as our guest.
Thank you. Thank you, Surya.
And lastly, to wrap this up, thank you for listening, and see you at our next episode. Take care and stay safe. Goodbye for now.
Thank you.